The following podcast contains alcohol-enhanced conversations about alcohol, as well as the potential for the discussion about topics of dubious, disturbing, possibly offensive, but usually hilarious interest. The opinions stated herein are solely of the persons making them, and any endorsement of these opinions by any other party is not implied. Foul language is likely, but intolerant viewpoints are not. Listener intoxication is advised. Hello and welcome to episode 35 of the Whiskey Tangent Podcast. I'm Scott.
I'm Ed.
And happy holidays, everyone.
Yeah.
As the song goes, it's the most wonderful time of year. And yes, even in 2020, it's the most wonderful time of the year. What with All Saints Day, Veterans Day, Diwali, Bodhi Day, Yuletide, Thanksgiving, Ramadan, Hanukkah, Christmas, Boxing Day, Kwanzaa, New Year's Eve, and even the Pastafarian holiday, there's something for everyone to celebrate.
Yes.
And if the episode number didn't already give things away, this year we're celebrating the best way we know how by mixing up some holiday-themed cocktails.
Holiday cocktails, yeah!
Wow. Oh, I love it. And joining us in celebration of the end of 2020 are our very dear friends, once and future co-hosts of the podcast, and paired here today for the very first time, Sue the Whiskey Pixie.
Hello.
And the Mayor of Jackie's Crossing, among other titles, Schwan.
Hi.
And as always, Ed will get the festivities started by telling us which wonderfully wintry, warming whiskey cocktails we'll be wetting our whistles with tonight.
Wow, so good.
Wow.
So, right, we have 3 delicious holiday cocktails planned for you. First is a maple bourbon old-fashioned. And then a take on an old classic, a Bourbon Alexander.
Yes.
And last, the Wassail.
The traditional English Christmas drink served warm.
And I will be sipping on a little midwinter's night dram.
Ooh.
Because he couldn't possibly wait for the other 3 drinks.
No, I need something to drink between the
in
drinks.
between the in-between of the in-between.
As Siobhan called it earlier, that's alcoholism.
Yes.
Well, my first name is Ed. I don't know who Al is, but anyway.
Edcololism.
Yeah. Exactly. What made you choose this as our first one, Scott?
Yeah, so I kind of chose these cocktails this episode. Sans Anders. We don't like to rely on him all the time because he's
very busy this time of the year. He can't be bothered by us calling him and be like, what cocktail should we do this week? He's like, guys, I got there's internet, maybe Google. Holiday cocktails / google.com something.
So that's what I did. So we hadn't done an old fashioned in a while. So I figured what's more holiday, fall, Christmassy than maple. So making a maple old fashioned, I just looked up, there's various recipes.
Much better than my mistletoe old fashioned I made.
And what did that include?
What was
mistletoe and an old fashioned?
Mistletoe.
Okay, no, so the joke should be mistletoe in my tongue or mistletoe in my lips. This should be something around that genre.
Wow.
If you wanted to
No,
really.
the second part was going to be, but I couldn't find anybody to stand on mistletoe while I drank it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so sad.
that is sad.
Anyway.
Moving on.
What I made here was 2 ounces of Bulleit Rye, 1 teaspoon of maple syrup,
Nice.
1 dash of Angostura bitters, and a cinnamon stick garnish. But what I also did is I rimmed the glass with, sorry. I don't know how else to say it.
No, you did.
The glass is adorned with cinnamon sugar.
That's great. I mean, everyone loves a nice rim job, let's be honest. So
Right.
and it's so hard to find in 2020 with COVID and all.
It really is.
Right. So we did the history of this drink on our very first episode 5.
Yep.
Episode.
Our very first cocktail episode.
Correct. Our very first cocktail
Very
episode.
first episode 5.
Oh my God.
This is how it's just going to be, folks.
Right. I will say that we did a short today with 119 cast strength proof spirit.
Right, which you'll hear next week.
So we're all warmed up.
Yeah, I think I'm extra warmed up.
Yep.
Oh.
We already went with the history, but just to reiterate the drink's origins, one paragraph. The first documented definition of the word cocktail was published in a Hudson, New York newspaper in response to a letter to the editor asking them to define it way back in 1806.
Weird.
The editor's response was that a cocktail is a concoction of whiskey, likely rye at the time, bitters, water, and sugar. By the 1860s, bartenders were adding and substituting all kinds of spirits, orange, curacao, rum, absinthe, gin, etc. But when the original version came back into vogue, it was referred to as old-fashioned.
What you looking at? Vogue.
So that's why it's called an old-fashioned, because
Right.
it came back.
Came back in style, right?
Yeah, so the first use of the name old-fashioned for a bourbon whiskey cocktail was at the Pendennis Gentlemen's Club in Louisville, Kentucky in 1881. Nowadays, the basic recipe is still whiskey, bitters, and sugar. And tonight, just to make it feel a little bit more like warm and spicy holiday cocktail, we're substituting, as I said, maple syrup for the sugar and a cinnamon stick garnish for the traditional citrus peel.
And what maple syrup did you use? Any
Oh, I used Trader Joe's maple syrup.
very nice.
Grade A, actual real.
Generic.
dark maple?
That's not generic.
Dark maple?
Trader
Oh, yes,
Joe's.
Trader Joe's.
That's Trader Joe's.
It wasn't log
no.
cabin.
Yeah, it's not Log Cabin or Aunt Jemima's
Or
anything like that.
Mrs. Buttersworth.
Or no,
Oh.
not Mrs. Butterworth.
Well, yeah. Right.
I can't even speak. My God.
Okay,
It's like black market
Maybe you
underground.
should drink more.
I think you're right.
That's always the cure.
All right, we're passing out
Oh, thank
the
you.
delicious.
It has a rim of sugar.
Yeah, it looks really good. The cinnamon stick.
Sugar rims.
That's fading away. I'm dragging me over the bar.
He was like really trying
I was
to.
stuck on the microphone.
And Ed's not helping. He's like, "You will serve me."
Oh, no, I can't quite reach it. I can't quite get it.
Pterodactyl hands.
Scott, come further.
T-Rex, I'm sorry, not pterodactyl.
As if I could fly.
You can, sir, if you drink enough.
I believe Ed could fly. I believe Ed could touch the
Oh,
sky.
let's bring him up.
Oh, right. R. Kelly. Sorry. Well, Sue said earlier, anytime we have the opportunity to sing a song, we should.
Yes.
And I said, have you listened to our podcast? Because that's what we do. And then followed
All
by
the time.
crickets. All right.
I'm just
Are we
eating-
ready?
I'm just eating the sugar
Are you
off the
just
rim.
eating the sugar?
Oh my God.
Oh, that's what we're doing.
No. I mean, you can smell. Oh, it smells
Wow.
delicious.
Wow.
The cinnamon is so. I mean, this is so strong. The cinnamon is popping.
Right, because I put a whole stick in it.
Yeah.
Hello.
That's what she said.
Ooh, that's nice.
Very good.
Wow.
Wow.
This is delicious.
Wow.
Yummy.
Oh my God, this is so good.
It really is.
Mm.
This might be the best cocktail I ever made.
Seriously.
It
yeah.
really is.
Everything about it. The sugar rim, the cinnamon stick, everything just blends.
It's so spicy. I really like the fact that I put Bulleit Rye in this instead of a bourbon because I think it might have made it a little too sweet because the rye has the spiciness to it and it really complements the cinnamon.
It really does.
Mm.
Ed has literally no sugar on his rim.
Did you lick all of it? No, he does.
I know, I'm just teasing.
That's fake news.
Fake news. Fake news.
Fake news. I'm like chewing it off the.
Like you're at Willy Wonka's.
yeah, it doesn't actually come off as you drink.
No, it
you
doesn't.
only get a few sugar.
I actually put the sugar on the rims like hours before.
I can
when I was
tell.
setting
They're
up.
like cemented on.
Yeah,
so-
it's almost like a rock candy.
It really is.
Can you pour the rest of my drinks into this glass with the sugar rim?
Oh, you really like the sugar
I
roll.
do.
I'm not sure it would go with the next two.
Sugar goes with everything, sir.
Oh,
Even
that's
crack
true.
cocaine.
Well, I'll just give you a little sugar cube and you can like nibble on it like a
Like
squirrel.
a horse.
Like a horse.
Yay.
Oh my God, it's like Sarah Jessica Parker's in the house tonight.
Oh.
That is so mean and so uncalled for.
She's got a horsey face though.
No, she doesn't.
A little bit.
Not really.
I don't know.
I like her. No, I like her though.
Oh no, I was
Oh,
like,
that's why I called her a horse face.
you can still like a person.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the
I
fact
mean,
that
yeah.
she has
So
very prominent
calling somebody
teeth.
a horse isn't necessarily a bad thing. You just
Right.
automatically took it as a bad thing.
Yes,
No
Siobhan.
one wants to be called a horse.
What about whores?
Oh.
Or what about hors d'oeuvres?
Or stewards?
I guess that would be a step up for the horse.
Well, a horse
Yes.
is a horse, right? Of course.
course.
Unless a horse.
A horse.
Of course, Mr. Ed.
A horse or a horse.
I'm sorry. What is Mr. Ed?
A horse?
She doesn't know.
You don't know who Mr. Ed is? Mr. Ed is a horse.
It's a,
Are we
It's a
that
show.
old?
are you serious? Is this the 10 years coming into play?
Yeah.
In the room?
Oh wait, was this the talking?
Yeah, the talking horse.
that they put peanut butter on his teeth.
Yes.
Yeah, like you
Right.
talk. Okay, all
Yeah.
right.
Yes.
Yes. And his name is Mr. Ed.
Yeah.
Ah,
Javon is 10 years younger than the rest of us. As you probably know. if you've listened
All
to
right,
us
so-
for any amount of time.
Everyone's enjoying this.
Yes,
this is-
immensely.
This is terrific.
I almost want to just suck on the cinnamon stick. Tastes like gum. You know that red was it?
Oh,
Oh, yeah, Big Red. Yeah.
Yeah. It really does.
Big
taste like
red freshness, last night through it. Your
Oh my
fresh
God, I
breath will
remember
go on and on
commercials.
while you chew it. I don't
It
remember.
lasts a little longer.
You remember way too much.
Oh my God, I do remember. Yeah.
When I was a kid, I would take a black magic marker and just cross out the R and just have Big Ed gum.
Big Ed.
Yeah, when I was like 12, I'd like give them out to people like, "Hey, Big Ed gum," and people look at me like I'm like, "It's pretty cool, right?" They're like, "No, not really
No,
cool,
it's not. It's not really cool at all.
I'm like, "You're wrong. It's pretty
Where's
cool."
your mother?
No, it's pretty cool. You're just jelly.
As soon as somebody got one of those sticks of gum, immediately Psycho Killer starts playing in the background.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Psycho killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Second drink?
The second drink. Yeah,
That's
sure.
the Bourbon
I haven't
Alexander?
even finished my first
That's okay.
one.
It's okay.
Somebody's an alcoholic.
No, he drinks fast. You know that.
Dude,
Wow.
I still have a lot to drink.
No, that's all right. We'll take a break.
Okay.
And I'll make
Okay.
Bourbon Alexander, and Ed's going to give us the story of the history.
I got a lot of good stuff.
Yeah,
I can't wait for
it's
that.
good. It's good stuff.
Okay.
Be right back. Okay, so we're back, and Ed said that this drink should be drank right after making it.
Yes.
So I'm going to make it during the time where he's explaining the history of the drink, and then we will drink it.
Right. But first, we're going to talk about something that has to do with the history of the podcast. The podcast has been around since April of 2019, and it'll be 2 years this April. And around the holidays, we like to be reflective. And it's coincidentally that on this episode, as our very popular mayor of the podcast and Jackie's Crossing, Schwan has reached her 5th episode. And of course, as a tradition on the Whiskey Tangent, we have her red jacket,
Oh my God.
which is
Oh my God.
properly labeled with her name, 5-time host of the Whiskey Tangent on the left lapel, and then the mayor, her nickname is on the right lapel. And she is now the second 5-time host to get a jacket, though she's been on so many shorts and uncredited as the operator. But this is her 5th official hosting.
Thank you
She is rocking the jacket.
Let me see. The size was a,
pounds and I'll be able to close.
It looks good.
It looks really good.
Oh, you're welcome.
It actually fits really good.
The way we do it is numbered episodes, Sue. So she was on episode 13,
Yeah.
22, 28, 32, and now 35.
Right.
That is wonderful. I just want to say thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
I am so very happy to be a member, and I'm so very happy to be a part of the podcast, and I'm so very happy to call all of you my friends.
Oh,
I know.
Us as well.
As
right.
much as I give Ed a hard time, I still love him dearly. I love you, Scott, dearly.
Oh, thank
Sue,
you.
I love you more than both of them. I'm joking.
As you should.
And you'll show me later.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh. Mom always said, don't run with scissors.
Oh, sheesh.
That jacket, I'm going to own that jacket.
yeah, it's going to be on you, too.
That's right.
So, Sue, this is your 3rd episode.
Is
So-
it? I know, I was trying to do the math.
Someday,
Yeah, I
someday,
know.
maybe
Someday,
you'll get a...
if you work really hard.
If you can work really hard, you can have a jacket of your own.
You can have a jacket too.
And so, anyway, Siobhan, thanks for all your help.
You
And
know-
you've been there right from the beginning. Like, it's funny, she's on episode 13, though. I'm pretty sure she appeared on many episodes before that.
Right. So when we do a finished whiskey
Right.
episode, she's the Whiskey Tangent operator.
Right.
Like, you've called the Whiskey Tangent
Yes,
podcast.
yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
For quite a few months, she was the anonymous operator with
She
an
was
attitude.
uncredited. Yes.
Right.
Right. She had an attitude.
Thank you for calling the Whiskey Tangent Podcast. Please select from the following 3 options. Press 1 for cognac. Press 2 for Canadian whiskey with cognac. You've selected 2 French Canadian, eh? You know nobody likes you, right?
It's almost like Saturday Night Live. Like she's one of the, like the ensemble, if you will. Like there's the host of the episode, then there's the cast, then there's like the 6 other people.
Right.
She started out as one of the 6 other people, then she became a cast member. Now she's been a 5-time host. She's like Steve Martin.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I know.
Yeah.
I love this jacket.
Yeah.
I really do. I can't wait.
It looks
to
great
hang
on you.
up
It
in
really
my
does.
Closet. And
Yeah.
He always
I
said she
love-
had the perfect voice.
Oh,
Thank
Yeah, no,
you.
she's got a
Just
great
that-
voice.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
So it's a red sort of faux corduroy.
and I would be
Yeah.
lying if I said I wasn't wondering what you were going to put as the emblem. And, I was like,
well, it had to be the mayor.
There was a lot. Like,
yeah, there are a couple of things I'm sure it could have been.
We were talking about AKA director of HR, but it's like, you know what? The mayor is what you came in at.
right,
That
yeah.
was your first one, and it's what you stayed identified as.
And
Right.
maybe we should explain to people what Jackie's Crossing is.
Oh,
What-
yeah,
what you're
that's
the
right.
mayor
They're like,
of.
what is Jackie's
So we've been saying it
Crossing?
for like a year and a half. Jackie's Crossing is the apartment building that Siobhan and I live in, and she is always in the know. So a bunch of us, when we also used to hang out, would call her the mayor because she always knew everything
There's
that was
always
happening.
one.
But it's
Yeah.
just,
And that's Siobhan.
I really hope, in a way, I hope we cut that part out because I just like the fact that when we say Jackie's Crossing, I just know that people around the world were just going like, oh, it's a town in Jersey.
But if they look it up, immediately what's going to come up is the apartment
Right.
complex.
Right, and-
New
yeah.
Jersey, Marlton, Jackie's Crossing. And they'll see, oh, that's where they live. That's dumb.
Right. But yes, thank you guys so very much. I'm very happy. I almost feel like Alec Baldwin
Yes.
on SNL where, I finally made it.
You made it.
And I have my smoker's
Yeah,
jacket.
you got it.
Yeah, you got it, man. 2 years from now, we'll have a jacket party where
Yes,
We'll
that would
have-
be great. And then you guys have to have your own jackets.
Yeah, we have to
too.
get jackets. Yeah, we
Yes,
do.
absolutely. And then we can have a jacket party.
I'm going to have to lose a lot of weight to fit into one of these jackets right now.
Well, don't they make them to your size?
No.
Because they're like an Asian company or
Yeah.
something,
Oh.
and they're all Asian sizes.
Yeah.
So Sue, when you get one, yours will be an extra large.
You're laughing, but it's going to be, it'll be at least a large.
Right.
I'm
because
not
their
far off.
sizes are super small.
Yeah, they're tiny. They're tiny people.
So I'd be big over in China.
Yeah, well, you'll be average.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
All right, so the Bourbon Alexander.
Us, we still have drinks to do.
Segue.
Right.
I know. Siobhan, Sue, and I are still drinking our first drink.
We really are. Hey, Ed.
But this will give us an opportunity. Ed's going to tell us a little bit about the Bourbon Alexander.
Right. I referred to a interesting article in a bar and restaurant website written by David Klempt back in January of 2018.
Is he verklempt?
He
Is
says,
he having a hard time talking?
he says, celebrate.
It's like butter.
He's not verklempt. Celebrate the mysterious history of the Brandy Alexander. And like all cocktail origins, they make great stories, mostly because there's just so much myth and rumor and innuendo, and no one really knows where they came from. So, first of all, the Bourbon Alexander is a riff on the Brandy Alexander, which is a riff on the Alexander, which is actually a gin-based cocktail. Some say that Russian Tsar Alexander II of the House of the Romanov is the root of the Alexander in the drink.
Really, that's really interesting.
The Brandy Alexander may have been
FYI,
created.
Scott is multitasking.
He's making drinks.
I'm making the drink and leaning down into the microphone to make comments.
The Brandy Alexander also might have been created for the first time in 1922 at the wedding of Henry George Charles LaSalle's, the 6th Earl of Harwood, and Princess Victoria Alexandra Alice Mary, the daughter of King George V and Queen Mary. Or perhaps the claim by Algonquin Round Table member critic Alexander Wolcott that the drink was named for him. Now, any Beatles fan will be quick to note that the Brandy Alexander was John Lennon's favorite cocktail. Of course, the Brandy Alexander could be named for the person, and this is strongly believed by many people to be the most accurate, one Troy Alexander, who supposedly came up with the drink while working as a bartender at the famed New York City restaurant Rector's. Operating from 1899 to 1919, Rector's boasted the first revolving door in New York City and was a high society haunt for New York City's Nouveau Riche.
Fancy.
I don't know how to say this, Scott. You know I don't speak French.
Nouveau Rochelle.
Thank you. Given a Rector's history and importance to our industry, the whiskey and beverage industry, it's not difficult to believe that Troy Alexander may actually have created the Brandy Alexander. That said, it's important for you to know that the Brandy Alexander itself is a riff on another cocktail, as I mentioned, the gin-based Alexander, and there's many other versions, including vodka versions and so on and so forth. Also, the Brandy Alexander is a part of a family of cocktails, which includes another popular one, the Grasshopper. So while the Brandy Alexander starts with brandy, the Grasshopper starts with cream de mint. They both then move on with some heavy cream, And they both have white cream de cacao
Crème de Cacao.
in both of them.
Yeah.
And so, and there's also a pink squirrel that goes along that starts with an almond-based liqueur.
Pink squirrel.
Pink squirrel.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then the other two ingredients are the same. And all these hit their heyday in the 70s.
Okay.
I remember my mother drinking grasshoppers.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. Yeah.
Right.
Very popular.
And so the Bourbon Alexander is a normal twist on it. It has been done. We're not inventing it. And we're using Eagle Rare Bourbon for it.
Yep.
And then Scott will tell you the rest of the ingredients.
Yeah, so equal parts of Eagle Rare Bourbon, cream de cacao, and half with a little bit of nutmeg sprinkled on top.
Right. So basically, if you're making it home, an ounce and an ounce and an ounce, and you'll be in good shape.
Yep. Yeah, I did an ounce and a half.
Right. Because
I did a shot.
I don't know why it doesn't go 3, 3, 3 for me, just so I can keep pace with everybody.
All right, I'm going to put the nutmeg on top.
Yes.
And then we'll drink it.
You always got to put your nuts on top.
He's got organic nutmeg, and he's slowly grinding
He's
off.
tapping the nuts.
He's like grinding off a
You got
nice
to
thin
tap
layer.
it oh so lightly.
All right, he's actually just dumping it out of a container.
Blimey.
I was trying to create a scene of him actually planing a fresh nutmeg. Not that I know what they look like.
I'm tapping the container of McCormick ground nutmeg.
Oh, the McCormick. That
Hi,
means
McCormick.
Yeah,
We are going to @ you on our Instagram.
McCormick.
No, because I have a fucking bitch session to have you with McCormick concerning cinnamon sticks.
Sir, this is a Wendy's. Can I take your order?
So if we have McCormick spices, they're great spices. Just bring all your money. And if it's a green top,
Bring all your money.
if there's a green top, then you're fucked because that's their organic special. I mean, I don't realize that McCormick knows you don't have to go across the seas in a 3-masted wooden ship around the Cape of Good Hope, back up to India and back like they did 150 years ago.
They're the Pappy Van Winkle of spices.
Oh my God.
Cinnamon sticks. Okay, so for McCormick, they give you a plastic container that contains 5 or 6, and it's $7 fucking for 5 sticks. Are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
So the next drink that has cinnamon sticks in it, and our previous drink we had as
Yep.
garnish. So I needed at least 8.
Right.
So I had to buy 2. I was
Wow.
like, I'm not paying $14 fucking dollars for
You could've
11 sticks of fucking
Right.
cinnamon.
You could have got them and then just broke them in half.
I guess I could have, but I luckily, so I was at ShopRite, which is a popular grocery store in South Jersey, and they had a generic brand, and they were selling 7 or 8 sticks for $1.40.
That's
Buy-
such a huge
Buy
price
7,
difference.
get 1 free.
Look how fucking cheap I am. I spent $90 on whiskey, but I didn't want to spend $11.
Fuck yeah.
7 fucking
Oh, you know,
Cinnamon sticks.
that's called an educated
Wait,
consumer.
$14.
It's true.
You can get
It's true.
Evan Williams bottle and bond,
Ooh.
100 proof, $17.99. So
That's
for
nice.
$14 on 8 fucking
Yeah.
cinnamon sticks, I'm gonna
You're
throw
right.
that out and get $3 more and get a whole fucking bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, I am vindicated.
This smells delicious. Love what you've done with your nuts.
It does smell amazing, and I think that's just the nutmeg.
I think it is too.
Yeah, that-
We'll know because when you taste it.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
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 Oh, that's really nice.
And it's very strong to boot.
If you like to drink your dessert, then you're right here with this.
It is.
Would it be a sin if I put a
It's-
piece of ice in this?
No.
No,
It's
go
a
ahead.
little-
Oh, make it
It could have
colder.
been a little colder. It could have been a little colder.
Well,
Scott was worried about watering it down because I put that into his head.
Somebody
but-
said I had to make it right as we were doing it.
No,
so
and
I
it-
took the half and half out of the
But
fridge.
honestly, this
Tastes
to
good.
me tastes like the perfect after dinner drink.
It
and
really
and,
does.
and I'm not making it up. It's known as that because
It is.
It's not something you would want before dinner.
No, it's creamy, it's sweet, chocolatey, spicy because of the nutmeg on it. This is a dessert in a glass.
Yeah.
You're describing me to a T. Thank you, Scott.
And
Staring at
Oh my
her
God, that's
the
it,
whole
Ed.
time.
It tastes like Siobhan.
It's spicy, chocolatey, and you want to put your nuts on.
wait, let me see if it tastes like Siobhan. Hold on.
Cheers.
Nah, this does not taste like Siobhan.
It doesn't quite capture your
And
essence.
how would you know?
Don't be shy on the air.
Oh my God.
You got to earn that jacket.
Oh,
Listen, Zach. My dad listens to this podcast.
Oh, we have to explain that. So
but-
Siobhan
right.
was talking to her father,
Right.
who listened to a couple episodes that she was on,
Right.
and he remembered my name, but he thought Ed's name was Zach.
Right.
And of course I said, Dad, I'm going to tell them that.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
like, don't you dare.
Well, he's three-
Too bad,
yeah.
Dad. No, this is really good. Sue, what do you think of this?
This is Sue's favorite drink so far being on the podcast.
No, just like you said, it's very much a dessert. You know,
Yeah.
after dinner, sipping, not
Yeah.
just a sip drink.
Sure.
And I just
Right,
put
sip.
a couple ice cubes in mine. I think it
Same.
actually lends a little bit more to it being icy.
It does.
Yeah. It should
Can
be.
I have an ice
Yeah.
cube?
It should be colder. I think
Yeah.
if I was going to make this again, I would make it ahead of time and put it in the fridge to chill it,
Yeah.
and then pour it in the glasses, and then put the nutmeg on top.
But still
Yeah.
very much a fall drink. I picture like
Totally.
being in front of the fire,
Fire,
pit
yes.
Yeah.
and having this like
Yep.
icy drink
Or-
with
right.
the cinnamon
Or a heavy meal. Like
nutmeg,
if you've had a
you know.
heavy meal of sauces and salt
Yeah.
and meats, I can see it being
Right,
a
this
nice.
would cut right
It
through
would
that.
soothe everything. I will say this though: this is John Lennon's favorite drink. It's a cunty favorite drink. I'm just going to say that
It is a cunty
It can enjoy it, but to be your favorite drink, like every bar you go into, like give me the brandy Alexander.
Okay, I think that's a little harsh for John Lennon. He died pretty young, so that could have
did.
easily changed.
Well, you're right. He was
Well,
40.
You know what I mean? If you
It's true.
could base everything off of what you liked at 40, I'm
No,
sure you would
that's
put yourself
That's a
to
very
shame.
fair statement, Siobhan. That's a very fair statement.
It's
Thank
true.
you.
And by the way, this might be the most delicious drink I ever had. So does that make it my favorite? I don't know. Like this is delicious. Like don't get it
Now-
twisted. But I certainly can't order 7 of these in a night.
Well, no, I would vomit if I had 7 of these. Like,
Would
it's
you really?
So, it's just so milky and creamy. It's delicious as a one-off.
Yeah.
I love this drink a lot, but I'm not going to have
Like
3 or
it.
4.
Right.
Do you
I
make it
know.
like put a scoop of vanilla ice cream?
Oh,
in it?
sure. There's
Oh
frozen.
my God, that
That
would
would
be
be-
delicious.
Yeah,
be
there's
tremendous.
frozen
Yeah.
versions of this.
Yeah.
I have vanilla ice cream, and if anybody wants to try that,
Oh,
and
wow.
it's not just any vanilla ice cream; it's
Ooh.
Schwan's.
Ooh,
vanilla
what
ice
is-
cream.
what is Schwan's? What is that?
Is that a vanilla bean?
No,
Oh.
Schwan's is like a provider.
Schwan's.
Schwan's?
Schwan's,
Schwan's?
is so good.
It's swing.
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
They are like
Anyway.
a home delivery service, but they are
Oh.
known for their ice cream
In Jersey.
everywhere.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
but their
Vanilla?
vanilla ice cream is like to die for.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna have to go.
Well,
and
well
get
now
that.
you have to. At the break, you're going
I
to have
need
to do that.
try this ice cream.
But here's what I want to do. I want to put the ice cream, then I want to put the Eagle Rare on top of it, and then the crème de cacao, and then sprinkle it with nutmeg.
You want to do that with ice cream?
Yeah.
You want to try that now?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, so Swan's going to go get her ice cream.
I'm gonna get my ice
And-
cream.
And hang your jacket up.
No, I'm wearing my jacket for the rest of the night.
Right.
Okay.
She should. She should.
and we're
Right.
going to have some dessert. So what we did here is I made the drink again with everything the same, except I switched out the half and half for 2 scoops of ice cream.
Yeah. Not bad.
Oh,
We're about to try right now.
this is so good.
It's a Bourbon Alexander a la mode.
Oh my god!
Oh my
exactly.
God, this is-
Now you talk about ice cream.
Oh, this is so nice.
Now we're really in Dessertville.
Wow.
This is so refreshing.
Fire pit.
Wow.
this,
Oh my god!
Man, when I planned this episode, I had no idea it was going to go in this direction.
This is amazing. Now, I've been in places where they give you like a scoop of vanilla ice cream and they'll pour like creme de mint on top and the Holy
No,
Grand
it's
Marnier
nothing
on
like
top.
that. No.
This is way better than
Yes.
It's so delicious.
Oh my God, this is good. So the way I built this was I put a scoop of ice cream in,
I
then
saw,
I
yeah.
poured the crème de cacao on top.
Cacao.
Then I put the
Cacao.
second then I put the second scoop of ice cream, poured the Eagle Rare on top of that.
Eagle Rare.
And then I sprinkled the nutmeg.
Right.
And served it.
Then he
In
sprinkled
the
his
same
nuts.
glass that we served the
That's
Bourbon
right.
Alexander.
That's right. Because why dirty on the glass when it's the same actual thing?
In a dirty glass.
That's right. Dirty glass.
Sprinkled his nuts in a dirty glass.
Meg's nuts. So now that the ice cream is gone and it's just creamy now it's a Bourbon Alexander again.
Right.
But
Exactly.
better, but still better.
But better because it's ice cream instead of the half and
Yes,
half. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh wow.
And you will, if you're lactose intolerant, you're gonna fart your night away.
Fought in the night away.
Fart and nah, fart and nah. Everybody's feeling great.
Yeah, yeah.
Then fart and nah, fart and yeah, fart in the night away.
So the
See, I earned my jacket. Okay, funny.
We
for
already established
everybody.
that.
That's why she has a jacket, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! This is good.
And it's only 9:43.
I know we have another drink
I
to
know.
go.
I'm really excited. The Wassail is on the stove, been cooking for a while,
It's
simmering.
steaming. I see.
I know it's
Yes.
steaming. Oh, it's boiling. Oh, it's ruined. Never mind.
Fire extinguisher.
Okay, so everyone, we're just doing shots of rum chata and Fireball, I guess.
I just have to say, Scott,
It's fine.
unfortunately,
Everything's fine.
one of the reasons why you had the maintenance people in your apartment this weekend was because of me.
I know.
And
They told
Angelo,
me that.
yeah.
They told me that. You and Angelo. So we had 2 weeks ago a false fire alarm. And
What did you do?
My alarm would not go off in my apartment.
right. So what happened was the fire department's like, you could walk from here. It's like right there.
Yeah, it's right at the corner.
And they came around and everything was fine. So about 20 minutes, we all went back in. And then Siobhan texted me. He's like, did you hear the fire alarm in your apartment? I was like, yeah, it was fucking so fucking loud. It's ridiculous. I have 6 alarms in this fucking apartment.
Wow.
There's one in every bathroom and one in every bedroom and one in the main room. So yeah, I heard it.
So yeah,
And she's
I
like,
heard it.
and I was like, wait, you didn't? And she was like, no. And so, we had maintenance come and
Yeah, the only reason why I heard it is because my cat Madison was doing the effervescent vomiting at approximately 6:43 in the a.m. So that if anyone's a pet owner, you immediately jolt out of your bed because you want to know where it is that they're vomiting so you don't step in it. Especially in my instance because I wear glasses. So I immediately jump up and I'm like, where are you vomiting at? And she's in the bathroom. And Madison vomits in 3s.
oh,
So yeah, this is great. This is lucky me, right? So she's on her second vomit, and all of a sudden the alarms go
The
off.
second
vomit number 2.
I think that was
Chunky.
I think that was a Beatles song off Abbey Road. Madison vomits in 3.
So it's the second one, and I'm waiting for the third. But because I hear the alarms in the hallway,
Yeah.
but I don't hear them in my apartment.
They weren't even flashing.
No, nothing was
Oh,
flashing.
shit.
Nothing was going on. So she, of course, in true cat fashion, run under the bed.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, I just know where this is going. I know it's a false alarm.
And there's a
I know
right.
there's no fire.
And there's a
There's no
third.
fire.
The
But
third.
you still have to get
But I
them.
still have to go.
And there's a third vomit
Yeah.
coming under the bed.
Right.
No. By this time, she was like, "Oh my god!" She's scared to death, so she's not. gonna
Vomit number 3, liquid.
It's all bile, by the way.
Bile.
And she vomited all over my bathroom rugs. So as soon as I came back, I had to
put out the
wash
fire.
all the rugs.
She saved the cat.
Madison put out the fire with
She
her
wrote
vomit.
with her bile.
Exactly.
Just coating the hall.
Oh my God. What the
So,
fuck is happening?
And you know what? I was like Whoopi Goldberg in the movie Burglar. I'm like totally taking my time before I go downstairs.
I did too. I was like, put earplugs in my ears. I'm putting on my pants.
Yeah,
get my
I did
wallet.
the same. I brushed my
got my
teeth.
phone.
I washed my face.
I took a shower.
And I'm like, I know this is a false
Took the edge off.
I took the edge off for a little bit.
And of course, one of the first things I do, I go, Alexa, what is the temperature outside? The current temperature outside is 22 degrees.
Oh yeah, it was fucking cold.
Jesus Christ.
Because this happened before the first year that I
Right.
lived here.
Yes.
And it was the coldest fucking day. There was like
It was.
4 degrees out.
Yes. And I think you sat in your car.
I did. And I did that this time too. I went and just sat in my car and
So
started the
That's
engine.
true.
turned
I
on-
was
Yeah.
fully prepared.
Yeah.
Just from that alone. What I did was I had my garage door opener. I had my wallet.
Yep.
I was totally prepared to make myself drive to IHOP. I was totally prepared to be like, you know what? I don't know how long this is going to last, but just in case, I have my wallet.
If you went to
and
IHOP, you would have called me, right? You
Oh,
would have
totally.
Said,
I thought-
Scott,
actually-
meet me at IHOP. I know you're in your car.
Scott, where are you? I'm going to IHOP. You coming?
I said, I'm in my car. I'm right behind you.
Okay, good. But I was just like, oh, how long is this going to take? And of course, I stroll out and everybody's staring at me like, why did you take so long to get out here?
She's like 20 minutes after everybody else. Siobhan strolls out of the building.
I'm the mayor, goddammit.
Right. I had to make sure that everyone was out of
I
their
had to make
apartments.
sure you guys were out. So, of course, the first thing I do is I talk to the fireman. I go, hey, by
Right,
the
yeah,
way,
right.
my alarm did not go off in my apartment. He goes, all right, fine. I'll tell the chief. And of course, I'm like, yeah, that ain't gonna work. So of course, I have to back up to the backup to the backup.
Right.
And I send an email to
Cat.
corporate. Oh, to Cat and corporate.
Oh, corporate.
Yeah. And I'm not playing around.
No.
And
She's the mayor.
You're right.
She knows who corporate is. I
And
don't know who corporate is.
apparently,
I know Cat, but I don't know corporate.
Oh yes, I have the owner's.
Oh,
email
do you?
address.
Davis, Mr. Davis.
Yes.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Mitchell. I have his personal email.
Oh, Mitchell Davis. All right.
In fact, here he is, Mitchell Davis on the podcast.
And I'm
everybody.
like, hey, Mitch, sup? Sup, buddy?
Hello, everybody. I got to say, thanks for living in my apartment building.
But needless to say, I was so glad that, maintenance came and took care of it. I'm going to tell you, when they finally set off the alarm, I jumped 8 feet in the air.
Oh, every time the alarm goes off, I go, ah! It's so fucking loud. We've gone off on a lot of tangents. And
that's why it's the whiskey tangent.
it is. And we have one more drink to
oh my
do.
God, we do have another drink.
Wow.
We have another drink, and I have a really good
Hard on.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. This is a family broadcast.
Oh my God.
Since when?
Oh my god.
No, it's not. It's not.
Oh, you're not wrong.
That's how excited
Because
it
I'm
is.
so excited about this next
How
drink.
excited it is. Seriously.
All right,
Right.
so we're going to go prepare this drink, and we'll be right back.
All right, so we're back with drink number 3. Evidently, it's got an interesting backstory.
4. Who's counting?
Drink number 4, right? Because we doubled up on the brandy, the Bourbon Alexanders,
A la mode.
a la mode, which
Yeah.
was the best decision we've made in 2020.
Agreed.
Everybody's getting a nice, relaxed glow, and everyone's got the bourbon grin on.
Oh my God, I'm in the best mood that I've been in
Seriously,
months.
I'm such a good mood.
COVID, what's that?
What is it?
I'm actually wearing Sue's pants now. Coming out of break, so
So,
Yeah.
can't even keep a straight
No.
face.
We are
I'm laughing like that Bentley or
Muttley.
Muttley.
She's like wheezing. She's laughing so much. All right, so this drink is called Wassail, and it has a very interesting history. And we'll do the history, and we'll taste the drink.
okay.
All right. So this is from an article posted to talesofthecocktail.org by Beth McKibben entitled The Centuries-Old History of Wassail. And it starts with a song. Wassail, wassail, all over the town. Our toast, it is white, and our ale, it is brown. Our bowl, it is made of the white maple tree. With the wassailing bowl, we'll drink to thee. If hearing those lyrics conjures up images of caroling revelers dressed in boughs of holly, holding wooden mugs of good cheer whilst parading through the city streets of some medieval British town, well, you're not wrong, because wassail actually has a long and storied tradition, but also a rather muddled one. Is it a drink, a toast, an act of revelry, a drinking song? Well, yeah, it's all of those. And it harkens back to a legend that's more than 1,500 years old.
Like Hark the Herald Angels sing.
Yeah. And
I will say that we don't use the word whilst enough.
no, we
Go ahead.
don't.
Whilst I was masturbating, I heard a noise outside my window. So, putting down the Vaseline, I looked outside, and sure enough, there was a 3-car accident.
Oh, God. A legend that is more than 1,500 years old. And the legend goes like this. In 5th century Britain, there was a young woman named Rowena, the beautiful daughter of a Saxon lord, who seduced King Vortigern by raising a goblet of spiced wine to wish him lasting good health, crying out, "Weis hail," which translates from the Old English, and it means be hail or be healthy. The king, quite taken with her gesture and her beauty, ordered her to drink from the same cup, exclaiming, "Drink hail," no translation needed, and then immediately thereafter bedded and wedded her.
You all thought I was out of line a second ago. Boom.
No.
Came around.
No,
W-
you were talking about
WED.
masturbating. They're talking about actual
Right,
marriage.
actual
Bedding.
fucking. Actual fucking.
Bedding. Yeah, real fucking.
Real fucking.
You were fucking yourself. That's what
Right.
it's
Oh,
saying.
well, that's listen, I'm good at it. So,
Wow.
I really am.
Okay. It's good to be the king, right?
That's right.
All right. But are we really to believe that a drunken king nobody remembers was charmed into bed by a potion-bearing Saxon babe, thus becoming the fountain from which a millennium of drinking tradition sprung forth and what may be the first documented toast in the history of the world?
Wow.
Well, maybe or maybe not. But more salient point is that it's a great story. One of many attributed to the history and lore that surrounds Wassail.
Yep.
As you shall see. Furthermore, no one really knows if it was actually spiced wine in that goblet, or ale, or mead, or what it was. But Wassail was less a drink that night than it was a salutation, a well-wishing among friends in celebration of the good health of their king. And whatever the case, the word Wassail stuck. In fact, the first appearance of it was in the oldest surviving written work in the English language, none other than the 8th century epic poem, Beowulf. Yeah, not long after that came the act of wassailing. During a time when farmers living in England's apple-growing region would gather in the midwinter chill to pour cider on the apple trees to ward off evil spirits. You know, like you do.
Like you do.
Yeah, like you do.
Just last weekend, me and Scott were out the orchard.
Yeah, just pouring cider on the trees.
That's right.
It was thought that by doing this in the winter, a healthy spring crop was ensured. And as Christianity began to spread in the region, this ritual...
As it tends to do.
Right, yeah. Right. Whilst Christianity spread in the region, this ritual evolved further into singing and drinking to the health of the next season crops on 12th night, the last night of the traditional Christmas season, which can be either January 5th or 6th, depending on whether you count Christmas Eve or not and how you do the days, because fucking humans always have to fucking argue over every fucking thing.
Wow.
No, we don't.
Perfect. So perfect.
But in some regions of medieval Britain, wassailing took on a slightly sinister tone, with drunken crowds gathering outside the homes of their feudal lords.
Feudal fucking
feudal lords.
Get rid of them.
Bitches.
Pick your own vegetables, you bastard.
Pick your own apples, you fuckers. Whilst singing loudly, drinking from bowls of ale, and not dispersing until they received Christmas treats. Hence the line in the famous Christmas carol, "We wish you a Merry Christmas. Now give us figgy pudding. We won't go until we get some."
Right.
So later in the 14th century, wassailing had morphed into the more congenial
Wassailing. It's a verb now?
Yeah, it's a, yeah.
Sailing
away. It's yacht rock in the 14th century. There were yachts in the 14th century?
Yeah.
Okay. So wassailing had morphed into the more congenial act of drinking and walking the streets of your town to wish friends and neighbors a healthy and happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. Happy New Year, brother.
Happy New Year.
Crowds of carolers would visit door to door with a large wassailing bowl filled with a spice punch of mulled wine or ale, nutmeg, and sugar, into which people emerging from their houses would dip toasted bread to suck up the flavor and share in the merriment, which is why today we call the act of wishing someone well with the drink a toast.
Oh, I see now.
Isn't that cool?
That is super cool.
And by the Renaissance, wassailing had a firm foothold in England's Christmas traditions, and the rich punch-like mixture called lamb's wool was considered the wassail drink of choice. It contained either warm ale or mulled wine, mixed with sugar, nutmeg, and eggs, into which roasted crab apples were dropped, still hot, hissing and bursting upon impact, as the mixture bubbled and frothed. As this punch evolved over the ensuing centuries, the practice of mixing in fortified wines like Madeira, sherry, and brandy began to appear, and when settlers began arriving in America, wassailing had become a more subdued gathering at home with family and friends, like tonight, during Christmas, with some preferring a cider-based punch spiked with rum. And as an ocean now separated the old traditions from the new, the creamy lamb's wool type of punches eventually morphed into the now classic holiday drink eggnog, while the cider-rum mixtures became known as the hot toddy.
Right.
And so even though the carousing traditions of wassailing may have gotten lost in its own convoluted history, the drink continues to play a role in the Western world today, with many still gathering around ye old punch bowl, or the big pot of shit that I made, happily singing carols, sipping the spiced cider concoction, and joining together in convivial celebration of Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Vice hail, everyone.
Toast, and we'll try it. And I don't know about hot toddy, but over here with me, we got some hot bodies.
We got hot Scotty.
No. Hence the erection.
Oh, yeah. Hello.
Oh, wow. Ooh.
And then I'm talking about sniffing. I don't like the smell.
No, you know, it doesn't smell as good as it tastes.
No.
So,
Yeah.
I haven't
Right.
tasted it yet,
You
so
gotta
I'm like
taste it.
afraid.
This is very
I've
good.
kind of-
It really reminds me of a hot toddy. that
Yeah.
my grandmother used to make me when I was having an asthma attack and I didn't have medicine to take.
Oh.
But it's very good. The lemon is very soothing. It's very sharp as soon as you drink it.
It is sharp, and I knew you would like it because I know you like lemons. But,
Yes.
but the face that
Somebody looks
Sue
parched.
is making. So Sue, no, you don't have to finish that.
Yes, she does.
It tastes
Sue
like,
just slammed her glass into the fireplace.
it tastes like
Well, I don't have a
that
fireplace.
cough medicine, like that liquid cough medicine you taste that says that it's honey or lemon, whatever.
It tastes like Theraflu.
Yes.
Oh.
It does. It tastes like an alcoholic Theraflu, but I like the Theraflu.
I've
I
never
like the
had
taste of that.
Theraflu, so
I guess because it just brings me back to that, and it makes me feel ill.
Okay.
you know what
I
it
get
reminds me of? It reminds me of a spiked apple pie.
Yeah, and basically that's what it is. So let me tell you what's in it, and Ed will get your opinion of it. 'Cause
I'm
you
not
haven't
getting
said yet.
I'm just going to throw it. I'm not getting the strong apple. I'm getting a very strong lemon. Like
Yeah.
the
It is.
lemon is
It might be
overpowering.
too many lemons. So
Yeah.
here's what I did.
Pull your
It's
lemon out. Put it there.
There we go.
All right.
all right. So the ingredients
No,
are.
wait.
Oh, what?
Scott, give her a little tiny more scoop of the mixture to kind of like water down the lemon, and let's see what she thinks of it.
Oh,
Yeah, let's just give her more alcohol. Yes, please.
No, this is
No, there's no.
there's no alcohol in
okay,
that.
good. All right, just wanted to make sure. I'm saying it's Sue. We'll be here to 4 a.m.,
All
guys.
right. Can I say what's in it?
Right.
All right. There's 2 cups of apple cider, 2 cups of cranberry juice,
Wow.
a half-inch cube of ginger peeled and shredded, 2 lemons sliced and seeded,
Okay.
a tablespoon of vanilla extract, 4 cinnamon sticks, and then we used Elijah Craig, 2 ounces. We poured the concoction over top of the bourbon and then served it.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's delicious. It just tastes like a nice
really
spiked apple pie.
Ed, what do you
I
think?
know you're going on and on about it, so I really want to like it, and I'm just.
You like it better?
No, but but I'm tasting more of the tart,
The
of
tart.
the cranberry now.
Okay.
Listen, it's not everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah, if it's not for you,
I,
it's not for you. Yeah, it's all right.
First of all, I think similar to what Siobhan said, if I was feeling like a little bit of a cold,
Yeah.
I think this would be amazing. I
Yeah.
think even
Yeah.
Sue would agree with that.
Yes.
Like, or my throat was
Oh,
raw.
I put this right
This
in the
would be
microwave.
amazing. This
So
would
if
be
you have the
amazing.
COVID,
Yeah. If you have COVID,
In
Don't
this
get
season of
intubated.
COVID.
Wassail.
got the drink
Wassail.
for you.
Wassail.
Don't get intubated. Just microwave yourself a hot tub.
Oh my God. Oh shit. So I combined all those ingredients that I said, except for the bourbon, on the stove for an hour. Just heated it up and then cooled it down and then heated it up again until it was boiling by accident. Don't do that. But I do agree with you that it's too lemon forward. I think this might taste better with oranges, which I think is also more traditional.
I would agree.
Right.
Kumquats might work well.
That sounds ridiculous.
I had some.
We know where you're going, Ed.
I had some candy kumquats today.
Candied kumquats.
And I'd never had a kumquat before.
Salty yet sweet.
They were spectacular. Listen, it's really interesting at my age to eat
Thick.
something or someone. I mean, eat something I've
Viscous.
never had before. And,
Bleachy.
and I'm being very careful. A kumquat was little mini oranges almost.
What's left in your mouth?
I started thinking, like, have you had them, Sue? Kumquats?
No, I haven't.
I've never had a kumquat.
I never had a kumquat either.
Well,
They're little
I
citrus
wasn't
fruits,
quite
right?
sure
Yeah.
until
Yeah.
you started
And what I said,
describing.
what I
Yeah.
said to the person who gave it to me is, you've now allowed me to have this sense of like, oh, you've had a kumquat? Oh, you should get them. They're really good. You should try it. Like, I now have that.
I can put it right in your mouth.
Right, I can like, yeah. But I didn't say that. Okay, I'm really being.
I can
mature.
kumquat, which means I can come 4 times right in your mouth.
Kumquat.
It's French. Kumquat.
Kumquint.
That's 5.
That's 5, bro.
That's right. I'm going to say this. We're episode, what, Scott? 35?
35.
35.
And another 34 shorts or something. If they're listening now, they're all in on our nonsense.
We interrupt this program for a special news bulletin. Here's Scott with the details. That's actually me. Hi. Hey folks, Scott here. Hope you were enjoying the episode so far. Unfortunately, we ran into a bit of technical difficulty in the last 10 minutes of a recording session that I only discovered during the editing process. It's really a shame because the last 10 minutes were the absolute funniest 10 minutes of the podcast ever. And the best thing about saying that is that nobody can prove me wrong. But at least we did make it through the last cocktail, and the only thing missing was the wrap-up and the sign-off, so I'll just do that now. The Maple Old Fashioned was, as I said, perhaps the best tasting drink that I had ever made. I mean, and it's so simple. Rye whiskey, maple syrup, bitters, and a cinnamon stick. So please experiment with it at home. You will not be disappointed. But watch out for those price gouging McCormick pricks. $14 for 10 sticks. I'm not over it, and I never will be. The Bourbon Alexander was also hit, creamy, chocolatey, A bit of spice from the nutmeg, seriously like a dessert drink, especially when we put ice cream in it and made it literally a dessert. And the last drink, the Wassail, the traditional warming English Christmas cocktail. Everyone but Sue enjoyed it, but really I did make it too lemony. Using an orange would probably make it even better and less like flu medicine. But that's it. So thanks so much for listening to our holiday cocktail episode. And now I'm going to cobble together a completely fake outro from previous podcasts. So take us out, Ed.
So listen, thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciate you all checking us out, and we will continue to bring you cocktail episodes every 5th episode. And a happy holiday to all of our listeners. So for the Whiskey Tangent Podcast, I'm Ed.
I'm Scott.
I'm Sue.
And I'm Siobhan.
We'll see you next time at the Whiskey Tangent Podcast. Be well.
Cheers, everyone.